Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at what's going on with the Winnipeg Jets and their coaching search and touch on hashtag Trotz watch. A lot has happened with the coaching search since my last video. Barry Trotz has met with the Winnipeg Jets, and from what we can all tell, it sounds like it went very well. Many sources are still saying though that Barry does have some interviews left with Philadelphia. I'm assuming Vegas is going to be in there at some point too, maybe Detroit or Dallas. The one thing though that I want to touch on is the Jeff Hamilton thread that was dropped over the long weekend here. So on Twitter, Jeff Hamilton dropped a 9-part thread summarizing what he's heard with the Barry Trotz situation with Winnipeg. So with the first part, he does confirm that True North has put together a team to search for coaches and that Barry Trotz is at the top of that list. Barry's looking for an opportunity to get into the front office of a team, as well as finding a good home for his family and including his son, who does have Down syndrome. For what it's worth, I'm told that the interview with True North last week went well. So Jeff Hamilton just confirming that it went well and that Barry Trotz is looking for a good fit for not only himself, but his entire family. Being from Manitoba, it does look like it would be a pretty good fit for Trotz here in Winnipeg. Something that caught me really off guard though was the third part of the thread when Jeff Hamilton said, quote, "The belief is of all the potential suitors out there, none of them but Winnipeg view Trotz as a long-term solution, meaning future management opportunities. The word is True North understands as much and therefore are strongly advised to get an answer on him sooner rather than later." So I didn't expect this at all. I really thought that they were going to commit to Kevin Cheveldayoff long term and not really try to push him at all like it's been for the last 11 years, almost 12 years now, since the Jets came back. But this is fantastic. I didn't expect this at all. I thought that Barry was going to get offered a lot of other places for management and for long term, but it seems like the Jets are the only ones right now. And of course, it's still early, I'm sure, for him in his interview process, but it doesn't sound like many other teams want to go long term with Barry Trotz. And the Jets seem like they're definitely committed to be doing that and make him really the center of the office, maybe after Cheveldayoff's contract ends. He just signed a 3-year extension, but maybe that ends early. Maybe Barry comes in early if he is hired. It would be really interesting to see what happens with that, but of course he is not signed yet, obviously. Still a long process to go, it seems, but we'll have to see what happens there. So other names that could be potential head coaching candidates are Scott Arniel, Claude Julien, Derek Ladonde, Kirk Muller, Pascal Vincent, Spencer Carberry. Jeff Hamilton also notes that Julien is currently coaching Pierre-Luc Dubois and Adam Lowry at the World Championships in Finland. So no Pete DeBoer on that list, which doesn't really shock me. I thought that maybe he'd be an option that they look at. But one name that has stood out to me is Kirk Muller. Kirk Muller would be a fantastic coach. Currently, he's the assistant for the Calgary Flames. I don't think he would come on as an assistant coach. I don't think that would happen, but if he is able to come on as a head coach, if the Trotz thing doesn't work out, I do think that he has potential to be a very good head coach. He's really turned around Elias Lindholm's game and really just pushed him to be the player that he is today, and he's 2 times the player that he was in Carolina. I just think that he would be a pretty good hire if Trotz doesn't work out. I would rather have Trotz, but if that does not work, I don't think that Kirk Muller would be a bad option either. So we've gone through a lot here, lots that we've talked about, but at the end of everything, I do think that Barry Trotz will be the next Jets head coach and possibly have a role in management. But that's what it seems anyway. True North seems like they know they have a strong offer, and I believe that they're going to give him really whatever he wants. Like if he wants to be here, but someone offers a better offer, I think True North's going to match. I think they're going all out for Barry Trotz. I really do. It sure seems that way anyway. One thing that Barry Trotz has that no other coach does is the ability to bring in players as well. I think if you put Barry Trotz behind the bench, I think a lot of free agents see him and you see a franchise really trying to turn their culture around. I don't think it's a tough sell to get players to come if it's with Barry Trotz, or at least it's a little bit easier, we'll say that. But with Barry behind the bench, you are going to have a lot more players buying in. I don't think you're going to see any of what you saw the last couple of years with players maybe not buying into the system, not buying into the coaching, and just kind of not listening, kind of just doing their own thing and having a wild locker room that doesn't get along with each other. I don't think you'd see any of that under Barry Trotz. The Jets might have to change a few of their players and make it more tailored towards Barry Trotz's coaching style for them to be that successful. But changes need to be made anyway, so I don't have an issue with that at all if that happens. Something's got to change, and I think that Barry Trotz could be the change. And it does sound like he is more than likely coming to Winnipeg at this point. I really do believe that. I don't think that True North is going to back down. Sounds like they're going hard after him. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks here, but hopefully he's the Jets head coach sooner rather than later. But as always, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want Barry Trotz? Do you want Kirk Muller? Or do you want somebody off the board? Just let me know down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will be going on a trip. I will be back Saturday, so if anything does happen during the week, I probably won't have a video out, but I'll do it as soon as I get back, or we'll at least recap on what's gone on in the last week. So have a good one, everybody, and I'll see you next time.